Now, now, God given us this point. What part of this nation was going to invade first? In other words, He's giving us a two-stage prophecy. He's telling us where Alexander the Great will invade from. The Lord shall bring upon thee. In other words, He letting us know that the land where Nineveh was not the cause of this invasion. But it was instead, as spoke of in Revelation chapter 12, it was caused by Jesus being born. In other words, He's telling us today that it's going to be a race issue because Jesus was going to be born a person of color of the black race. The Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy peoples and upon thy father's house days. Still Isaiah chapter 7, verse 17. That have not came from the day that Ephraim departed from Judea, even the king of Assyria. We'll get Assyria up there because that's where the enemy was, in Assyria. It's where the Darius was, in Assyria. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall his for the fly that is in the utmost part of the river of Egypt, and for the bee that is in the land of Assyria. Assyria was yet intact, so there was yet a black race. And they shall come and shall rest all of them in the desolated valleys and in the holes of the rock, and upon all the thorns, and upon all the bushes. And the same day shall the Lord shave with a razor that his hide, namely by them beyond the river, by the king of Assyria, the head and the hair of the feet, and it shall also consume the beard. In other words, in this same prophecy, as they spoke that Jesus was going to be born a son of God, and he's going to be born by the Virgin Mary. He was going to be a true descendant out of Adam and Eve because he was going to have a father of the black race and a mother of the black race. This is what his mother Mary was going to be, a descendant who had a father of the black race and a mother of the black race. This became a mixture, but with the Gentiles entombed in the middle part of her. So Jesus was going to be born of a product of all three races, but the birthrights will no longer be part of the angels because they would be entombed where this part was taken from the human race when the angels of God bare daughters unto the children of men, the daughters of men. So he would once again, the flesh would be once again one part having a father of Adam and the mother of Eve. Once more, not a father of Adam and not the father of the angels and the mother of men, and not the father of man and the mother of the fallen angel. It will not be. But it would be back in compliance as it was from the foundation of the world, having a father of Adam and a mother of Eve. Well, animosity, jealousy, revenge, all of this set in among the sons, the people who was yet part angels, who came out of the Gentiles. If you notice, God didn't send none of the tribes up there to take any part of the Gentiles. He left them intact. But they came down and they became the invaders. They came down creating crafts and making the Chaldees came in as spies, gaining the trust of the people in Babylon. But when they came down there, they began to create weapons of mass destruction. And when the Syrian taken on and began to use these weapons of destruction, these people, this was not in the interest of God because God didn't send men down here to kill each other. So when they got to buying these weapons of destruction, it became a curse to those peoples. But even the innocent who didn't have these, they became victimized by these people because these people became merchants. They deceived them, started selling them weapons, and their weapons became a curse because they began to kill one another. But most of all, when the evil man saw this, they kept doing so many things to destroy them, trying to think at night each day how to conceive them while they slept, while men slept. That's what God spoke of, and I believe in St. Matthew's chapter 13, when he said we was going with tails. And little by little, he caused people to kill each other. He came up with little people and caused each other to kill each other because they went to begin to use these weapons. Now, Daniel chapter 11, as the angel spoke to Daniel, said, after I'm gone, Greece will come. He gave them a mindset. And when he spoke concerning the matter, when they come, as I read to you, where they was to come and take the Mediterranean Sea, all the shipping ports, everything on Northern Africa, shipping ports, go down the great river Euphrates, and Euphrates and the Tigris River. All of these here was the rich part. This was the mindset of the Gentiles to consume these parts, where it would be bound to the infrastructure to serve their land. And that way they take these people's heritage and divide it among themselves. It's spoken of in M-I-C-H-A chapter 1. I believe it was. I read here. Two, read that. Now, we're here now. We're here. Back to Daniel. Spoken of by Jesus Christ. Daniel 7, chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts, came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle wings. I beheld till the wings thereof was plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand up on the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given unto it. This is the beast. He said, described it, had the mouth of a lion, had eagle wings, that means, and then the wing was plucked, it was made to stand up. This is the characteristics of how the war began with Iraq and Afghanistan. He giving you a pattern of World War III, how it began. I got right here in the year 2001. But let me go here. It was like a lion, the payloads of these bombs that draw breaks in pieces just like a lion. He was giving you the characteristics of the vehicle that man was using a pilot to take behind the lines to fight. And he showed that at the end, it didn't stop there, that he saw later on they had to go and use missiles. This missile was made to stand up like a man on the ground on these here wings here, and it come out of silos. This was the nuclear weapon that was going to have to be used in the end, because God told you the Satan went out first and came back. It was going to be far worse than the next one. He brought 7 more with him, demons with him, in the kingdom of God. This nuclear weapon is what they will do in the end. This is what God was sitting there telling you when he spoke concerning this here. Just take care of the first part of this here. It just tells you the computer was the heart of a man placed in this vehicle where it could go behind enemy line. That's the heart of man without